On today's video, I'm battling out two mini drivers from some big manufacturers. We've got the TaylorMade mini driver released here in 2024, and another 2024 mini driver, the Callaway Smoke Mini. These are beautiful drivers that are very similar in a lot of ways, but also very different. Today, I am going to put them to the test, hitting some shots off the tee box, as well as off the deck to see which one I would put in my bag. We'll make that determination by the end of the video. One of these is gonna come out on top. But first, let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at these. So at first glance, they look very similar. Both have these tungsten weights at the front and the back. Now the Callaway's got a 12-gram weight towards the back and a 4-gram weight up front, whereas you've got two 15-gram weights here on the TaylorMade Mini. Both of these drivers have adjustable hosels. With the TaylorMade, you can go up or down 2 degrees. With the AI Smoke, you can go down a degree or up 2. So a little bit more adjustability here out of the TaylorMade in that regard. Now, both of these drivers have some great technology built into the face. You've got AI technology. They call it the AI Smart Face here with Callaway, and TaylorMade calls it Twist Face technology. Both of these technologies are basically aimed at giving you more forgiveness on off-center hits. Looking a little closer here at the face, you can see, to my eyes, the Callaway is a little bit deeper of a face than the TaylorMade. So it'll be interesting when we get to our off the deck test to see which one performs better. But by eye, I would just think and assume the TaylorMade might do a little bit better there. Now overall, the AI Smoke is the larger driver. In fact, it is 340 cc's to TaylorMade's 304 cc's. So it's going to be the bigger weapon for you out on course. Will that lead to extra distance and forgiveness? Well, of course, we've got to find out. Flipping these two drivers around, as you can see, you've got on the right-hand side there with the TaylorMade, more of a, I would say, right in between matte and gloss finish. I really like the paint job they've put on this. It's got the retro looks of the old TaylorMade burners. Just a really beautiful package, and I think it's really clean. Now, it's a little busier here on the AI Smoke, at least to my eyes. You've got carbon fiber, you've got really high gloss, as you can see my studio lights reflecting off of that head there. And again, overall, it just has a slightly bigger appearance at address with the Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke. Now in terms of shafts, also two different shafts on these clubs. You've got the Denali 60-gram stiff shaft here on the Callaway, and I've got a Mamiya Pro Force 65-gram stiff flex on the TaylorMade. So yeah, we do have two different shafts on here, but very similar weight, very similar flex. The age-old debate is, should you use the same shaft in both to get apples to apples results? There's certainly an argument to be made about that, but there's also an argument to be made with the fact that this is the shaft that comes on these clubs. It would be like taking the engine out of a Chevy and putting it into the Ford in order to test the Ford against the Chevy. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. This is what you got from the factory, and if you choose to customize the shaft, hey, all the better, but I'm gonna test these with what came in the box. So it's like choosing between your children, but I think if we're going to go on looks, I've got to give it here to the TaylorMade. I do love those retro vibes. The head cover's very fun. There's also a little Easter egg with it. I won't ruin the surprise, but I love the fact that they have matched this copper and black to the shaft, and they've even thought to carry it through here to the grip. Very cool. So two very good looking drivers here in my hands, but looks is one thing and performance is completely another. So first, let's get to work here with some tee shots. All right, first mini driver up here is going to be the TaylorMade. We'll see how this thing performs over 5 shots, then we'll switch to the Callaway mini driver. Oh, good strike there, and you can just see, nice peak height, very, very straight trajectory. That one got us over 252, and that's been really nice to see. One thing that gave me pause when considering a mini driver in the past was I really thought it was gonna be too much distance lost. But I find this to be almost on par with my driver, maybe just about 10 yards difference. As you can see, smash factor 144, really nice and high as well. Now that one was hit definitely toe side, was not great contact. But again, you can see we lost a little bit of distance there, 238 instead of that 250 plus number, but a very acceptable result. That's definitely gonna find the fairway. and better than I deserved for sure. Shot 3. Better strike there. Nice tight little draw that's going to be just a touch left of center. Really nice trajectory. Again, distance 252 there. Shot 4. It's so easy, for me at least, to dial this club in. I mean, I'm pretty much painting the line there. And you can see over there, look at the dispersion map. Those 3 balls, very close to each other, and that one that was mishit off the toe was still in line with the others. Again, you just lose a little bit of distance, which is great to see. All right, 5th and final shot before we switch over to the Callaway. Another good one. That one's got just a slight little cut on it. Oh, it's gonna be, again, right next to the other balls, but because of that cut, we probably added a little bit more spin. 3,296 RPM, yeah. So we had a little bit more spin there with the cuts. We lost just a little bit of distance, but again, look at that dispersion. That's what you want. That's why you have a mini driver, is to get that little tight circle in the middle of the fairway. Beautiful, beautiful to see. I'm really just shocked at how much I enjoy this TaylorMade Mini. So the Callaway mini driver is up next. I will say, out on course with this one, maybe it wasn't quite as good feeling to me. Still got some pretty good results. So let's see how we do indoors here. All right, before I switch off to the Callaway here, I do want to remind you to hit subscribe. It really helps this channel. And if you enjoy these types of reviews, going head to head to find out what's the best bang for your buck, then please do hit subscribe. It definitely helps this show grow. And by the way, after I hit these 5 shots, we take a look at the stats. The next thing I'm gonna do is actually take some shots off the deck, because that's gonna be just as important. And I do believe that there's a possibility you could make a 2-for-1 switch inside your bag, maybe give you the opportunity to add an extra hybrid or an extra wedge if you were to take the driver and 3-wood out of your bag. Very exciting to at least think about. But first off, let's see how she does off the tee. Now, looking down at this one, I'd say again, I prefer the appearance of the TaylorMade. It's somewhere in between matte and shiny. This one's pretty shiny on top. You see the carbon fiber there. The head looks just slightly different shape to me as well. Again, I think I just prefer the subtle curve of the TaylorMade a little bit more, but you know, they're both good looking. All right, shot 1. Oh yeah, good feel there. Now, maybe ever so slightly heel side. I think I caught that pretty well in the middle. It's off to the right just a little bit. It's partly gonna be to the shaft, partly due to the fact that, again, I did hit it a little heel side. But as you can see, that ball flight very straight. Almost no movement in it at all. The efficiency is a good number there, 146. I like to see that. In terms of backspin, 3,400. And that one rolled out all the way to 248. So great result there with swing 1, I'd say. Shot 2. Slightly off the toe there. But again, you can see how forgiving these mini drivers are. You do that on the golf course with a driver, you miss like that, where I missed that, which was probably about here, okay? All right, maybe not horrible, but definitely not great. But that miss is probably not going to find the fairway with the driver. And worst case, sometimes you hook those ones, or at least I do. Did lose a little bit of distance, but again, not much. 246 with a 144 smash factor. Still a pretty good number for where I hit that on the club face. All right, shot 3. I gotta get just a little closer to the ball because these shafts, like I said earlier, are a little shorter. So you gotta get used to these things. I made the adjustment there. Roll down to 246. Efficiency again, up there, 146. I like to see that. And again, those spin numbers holding steady right around the 3,500 mark. Again, good result. But as you can see on the map here, a little wider misses here with the Callaway. All right, shot 4. I think that was a pretty good one. Again, I just love that peak height. Just a little right at center there. Roll down to 245 on a 229 carry. Again, another fairway in regulation. We're just racking them up. I don't think we've missed one yet. All right, 5th and final shot here. Again, pretty good. Look how straight that is. I mean, we're all over that white line. All right, let's take a look at the stats here. I think those were 10 really good swings. I'm really excited to see them, I gotta say. Well, first off, let's look at dispersion. I actually see 3 blue dots because I think 2 of those blue dots are right on top of each other, which is pretty darn crazy, This yellow ball over here, by the way, was just a warm-up shot. So this is what we're looking at. Now, overall though, tighter dispersion certainly, I think, with the TaylorMade, and I've seen that throughout my testing, not just what I'm seeing here today, but it's just, it's a fairway finder for sure. The first thing I always like to look at is to make sure we're going apples to apples in terms of club head speed. Now, I was what looks like 1.1 mile an hour faster there with the TaylorMade. Now, I swung the TaylorMade first, swung the Callaway second. We did have one outlier here, 97.7, so we'll keep this in mind here as we continue to analyze the stats, that I was a little faster with the TaylorMade. Again, could potentially be shaft, plays a little bit of a role, could be just freshness, whatever. Regardless, 1.1 mile an hour there with the TaylorMade. In terms of efficiency, now this is actually kind of a surprising number because as straight as that TaylorMade was, the efficiency or the smash factor was a little lower, 143. Now this was my one bad miss hit, and that's hurting our averages overall, 1.40 on that second shot. We didn't have anything that low here with the Callaway, but we did sneak up to 146 a couple of times, which we didn't get that quite that high. 145 the TaylorMade seemed to top out at. So I'm actually pretty surprised here that 145 with the Callaway beats 143 there with the TaylorMade. Now, if we go to ball speed data, because it's more efficient, it actually closed the gap there in terms of ball speed. 142.3 with the Callaway to 142.7 with the TaylorMade. Again, a mile an hour stronger swing with the TaylorMade. In terms of launch angle, you can see we're launching the TaylorMade higher, 15.4 degrees to 14.3. Our side angle, 1.7 to 2.4. In terms of spin, almost dead on, 3305 to 3389. So both of these are going to be very consistent spin numbers. And as you can see, no real serious outliers here. 3175, the worst one. Again, that was that really bad toe shot, still right around 3500. So I just continue to be impressed by what the TaylorMade does in terms of forgiveness on off-center hits. Really both of these clubs, but especially I think the TaylorMade's a standout here. In terms of descent angle, 45.1 to 43.8, so just a little steeper for that TaylorMade. That's also launching a little higher, makes sense. Peak height a little higher there as well, 39 to 36. And when you get that higher launch and a little bit more clubhead speed and ball speed, you're of course going to get a little bit more carry, 231 to 229. But honestly, I think that's pretty negligible in terms of distance. Obviously, 2 yards on a golf course isn't going to make too much of a difference with what club you're hitting into a green, and again, can be easily accounted for by the clubhead speed number. So total 248 to 245 in the TaylorMade's favor as well. Again, pretty negligible result. 2 incredible performances in my opinion. You know, my driver distance on average is going to be about 260-ish, maybe slipping into 265. And if I bomb drives, I hit him like 280, of course. But if I bombed one of these, I think, again, I'd only be 10 yards behind my driver with these 2 clubs. But of course, I'm going to be in a lot more fairways with both of these clubs than I'm going to be with the driver. Like I said, your mishits are just going to be amplified when you're using a driver versus one of these mini drivers. If we talk about my 3-wood numbers, again, 235 is about what I average with the 3-wood. So we're getting more than 3-wood, less than a driver. It's a really nice Goldilocks, and we're hitting that many more fairways, I think. Again, impressive with what the TaylorMade does, especially in terms of dispersion. That's hard to beat, very hard to beat. I am a mere mortal. I am not a professional golfer. I am not on the tour, anything like that. I'm a 3.5 now, handicap, so I'm playing some good golf, but this is absolutely a better result than what I'm getting with my driver on course, which is still a great driver, ping 10K max. I hit a lot of fairways, but this is even better. All right, we're gonna go off the deck here, and first club up is gonna be the Callaway, so we'll switch things up. Now, I will say, looking down at this club, it looks much more driver-like because the toe is sitting up a little bit at address. It looks a little deeper and just a little bit bigger profile overall. Could be a visual effect of, again, the carbon and the shape of this driver, but it looks bigger. It looks more driver-like with it down on the ground here, hitting them off the deck. Shot 1 here. Oh, felt nice coming off the club face. It's fading just a little bit, but nice, again, high trajectory. We finish at 232. On 97 mile an hour club head speed, our smash factor 141 there. Our spin 3650. Pretty good numbers. That one's probably gonna be even a little better. I got a little more draw on that. It's a little bit more powerful swing. When you got a draw, yeah, we got a little more distance, 237. 98 mile an hour club head speed. Ever so slightly toe side there, but again, you see the forgiveness of these mini drivers, just absolutely incredible. And the efficiency, 143, good number. Hit behind that one, and that's about as bad as probably you're gonna see, which isn't too bad. We're still over 200. The efficiency is going to be down. Carry, all those numbers are going to be down. And the spin 1574, but again, if that's as bad as it gets, I can take that. I can live with that. We'll hit one more and switch to the TaylorMade. Push that one a little bit. Now, part of these shots tending to be a little bit right with the Callaway Minis, definitely going to be partly due to the shaft. But again, this is the stock shaft that comes with the Callaway. Always highly recommend you get fitted. I don't think this is going to affect greatly the overall numbers, but in terms of direction, you're going to see these tend to miss a little right. Dispersion there, though, as you can see, kind of wide, much wider than we saw with our drives. So we'll see how the TaylorMade does off the deck with these 5 shots. When I first tested it, I was quite frankly shocked at how much I liked it off the deck. Certainly hitting it better than I'd hit a standard driver off the deck. Shot one. Oh yeah. And as you can see, the tendency again with this particular shaft, I think suits me a little bit better. And I tend to have a bit more of a draw with it. We got a little more distance there. Again, draws a stronger shot. Club head speed 98. Carried 226, rolled out to 247. The efficiency up there again, 145. Hit that one thin. Wow, it's incredible how forgiving these clubs are, both of them. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve 230 basically down the middle, just right of center. Hit that really thin. The efficiency didn't suffer dramatically. 143 is not horrible. I just do like how the TaylorMade seems to slide a little bit more. Like it slides through the turf just slightly more. And I think that's a big difference. I think it's a more viable club off the deck, in my opinion. And you're seeing the results there. Again, 240 on a 96 mile an hour club head speed. That's pretty maximum. Hit that one, again, a little fat. But again, I think you just get better turf interaction with the TaylorMade Mini. And whereas we were getting, what, 205 or something with the Callaway, we're getting 223 there, or actually 226. Oh, ended strong. Might be my best one. Yeah, look at that. Right down the middle. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Well, again, if we're looking at the dispersion map, TaylorMade wins out. Definitely wins out. It's certainly much tighter. Again, due to the shaft flex, I think we tend to miss these a little left of center. We tend to miss these a little right of center with the Callaway. But overall, dispersion's better, in my opinion, with the TaylorMade. If we look at club head speed, again, a little bit better with the TaylorMade, although the gap isn't quite as big. 95.4 with the Callaway, 96.3 with the TaylorMade. In terms of efficiency, TaylorMade beats it this time, 143 to 141. Ball speed, 134.6 to 138.3. So that's a big difference. That's 4 mile per hour almost difference with the TaylorMade on a 1 mile per hour swing difference. In terms of launch angle, Callaway is a little higher launching, 10.6 to 9. If we look at spin, it's also a little spinnier, 30.89 with this big time outlier. But we do have an outlier here. Like I said, that fourth TaylorMade, I caught it fat as well. It does skip through the turf a little bit better, but we lost a lot of spin there. Overall, that kind of averages out to 30.89 to 26.49. I really like that number with the TaylorMade to get maximum amount of rollout. Peak height, gonna be better with the Callaway, 23 to 19. Carried 204 to 213. So 9 yards better with the TaylorMade, and that translated into 11 yards more total, 226 to 237 in the TaylorMade's favor. All right, so final thoughts here on the Callaway versus the TaylorMade mini driver. My choice is definitely going to be the TaylorMade personally, because I think I'm getting more consistency, and I really do think it's a better performer off the deck. If you've got the Callaway, or if you've chosen that for yourself, I don't think you've made a bad decision in any way, shape, or form. You've still got a very forgiving driver that's very long, and in some cases might outperform the TaylorMade. But for me, this mere mortal, TaylorMade would be the one going in my bag. Let me know down below what you thought of all this. I'd love to hear your comments. If you want to see some further tests with these drivers, I've got these videos here for you to watch, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.